Greetings, legendary readers. Welcome to Larry's Legendary Library, where I like to explore science fiction, fantasy, and other bits and bobs. Today I'm going to highlight my top 10 humorous quotes from Dune, the Butlerian Jihad, written by Brian Herbert and Kevin J. Anderson. Be sure to subscribe to my channel for ongoing Dune content, including daily Dune quotes that I post each day. So let's jump in. In no particular order, these are my 10 favorite humorous quotes. Some are just crass body humor, some are subtle sarcasm, and some are a little more poignant. So the first one, this is a quote from Seurat to Butlerian Atreides. I am aware of the various bodily orifices humans possess. Therefore, I invite you to take a power tool and insert it where and then the quote ends. So, Seurat, a thinking machine, is obviously picking up on the buddy humor that he had with Butlerian Atreides, and came out with an interesting quote. Number 2. This is a quote from Serena Butler to Erasmus, another thinking machine. He had sat down to play a musical composition and was trying to impress Serena. Serena was unimpressed, and she made this comment: "Music should make the spirit soar, take the breath away, touch your soul. Your work was just pleasant tones adequately performed." So kind of a subtle roast of Erasmus. Third, only those with narrow minds fail to see that the definition of impossible is lack of imagination and incentive. This is another Serena Butler quote. Number 4, sometimes I think you have a leak in your brain canister. This is a quote from Agamemnon to Xerxes. They're both titans, and Agamemnon doesn't respect Xerxes. Xerxes keeps trying to win Agamemnon's favor, but fails miserably. And I found this quote about the leak in their brain canister to be humorous. Here's a quote from Erasmus. Psychology, the science of inventing words for things that do not exist. A subtle dig at psychology, and I am related to some psychologists and counselors, and so I do understand the value of psychology, but I still found this quote to be humorous. This quote is considered a Zensunni fire poetry. In other words, this is poetry that would be read around a campfire in the evenings on Arrakis in this particular case. And the quote is, "Thirsty men speak of water, not of women." So just kind of goes to show the harshness of Arrakis, the planet, and that how important water is, that it subsumes all other desires to it. Another Erasmus quote, he was observing Serena Butler giving birth to Mannion, and his quote is, "All in all, this biological reproduction process seems overly messy and inefficient." And I just found that to be humorous. And then another one by Erasmus to Serena. This next one is particularly meaningful to me because I've recently celebrated the birth of my first grandchild. My daughter gave birth to a daughter, and so I'm sure she can identify with this quote from Erasmus. But he says, "Your infant is an extraordinarily time-intensive and distracting creature." So if you've been around newborn baby and the crying and the feeding and the changing of the diapers and so forth. I'm sure you can identify with that comment. Number 9, this is a quote from Imperial Ecological Survey. We are not like Moses. We cannot call forth water from stone, not at an economical rate anyway. I find it interesting the different religions that are alluded to throughout the Dune universe. And there's also allusions to different traditions of scripture, including biblical allusions. And to me, this one is subtly humorous as we think of the desert planet of Arrakis. And then finally, number 10, Serena Butler talking to a group of people that Erasmus has kept in the slave pens. She's convinced him to feed them. And so she says to them, listen to me, eat and enjoy his feast, unless he has lied to me. And then Erasmus cuts in, I do not know how to lie. And then Serena replies, I'm certain you could learn. The actual setting for this quote is somewhat disturbing, but Serena continues to skewer Erasmus, certainly provides some of the more fascinating interactions between the humans and the thinking robots in this first book, Dune, the Butlerian Jihad. Let me know in the comments which of these quotes is your favorite. Thanks so much for watching, and stay legendary.